Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Right. My name is Anjeli Grasela, and my research title is Improving Junior High School Student Through Workshop Strategy. It is a classroom action research that I will conduct to 8th grade student in SMP Negeri 1 Tebas in academic year 2022-2023. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Now we come to the question and answer session. I would like to invite Hestiana Sundayanti. Sundayanti, please have your time.
Yes, thank you, sir. So I have a questions, Anjeli. Why do you believe the word short strategy will improve student vocabulary mastery? Is it clear?
Yes, Hesti, I will
Okay.
directly answer why I believe workshop strategy can improve students' vocabulary. First, before I conducting this research, I do some little research. I searched from previous study, and then I found that there is a previous that related to my topic, but their study is experimental, and it's about to prove whether the workshop strategy is effective or not. And I have done read it, and it's improved. The result of the study is effective, but I found the research gap here. There is no research whether this improves the students' vocabulary or not. So I conduct this research in improving vocabulary, and why I believe after I done read from many sources, and I believe this is workshop strategy is suitable strategies to implement in the junior high school student, especially improving junior high school students vocabulary. And it is easy to conduct, and there are a lot of sources, and I think for the junior high school students, it is understandable, and it's just a simple like a table. So we ask students to short the word from like same sound pattern, maybe from the word like cake, bake. It seems the sounds is same, like cake, bake. So the sound patterns is same. So it is easy to students to understand this when I mean, this is easy for students and not really complicated to understand, and we can implement this in the reading activity and writing also to help them improve their vocabulary. I think that's my answer.
Yeah. Thank you, Anjeli.
Okay.
Is that all? Okay, thank you, Hestiana Sundayanti. Now we proceed to the second discussion, Elder Indra Maharani. Please have your time.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I have two questions. So the first is, how do you implement the word short strategy to improve student vocabulary? Is that just by the sound, like you have explained to Hestiana before? And then question is that, why do you choose the in class, the 8th grade student as your research participants? I think that's it. Is that clear?
Yes, the questions is clear. Okay, first questions, how I will implement this workshop strategy. And Yeah, like I explained before to Hesti, that I will implement from sound patterns, but there's also another ways to implement this, like the same ending, the ending words. I mean, like we can like watch, watch, and the ending is TCH, and I can we can use the same ending, same spelling, and same sound patterns. There is more than one way to conduct strategy, but I will find which one is the most suitable for the students in SMP Negeri 1 Tubas, which is the most understandable for them to implement this strategy in the classroom. And I think that's my answer for first questions. And the second questions, why I choose E class of 8th grade students. Before I do some observations to the not to the school directly, but I asked through via WhatsApp, and then I asked about the. I gathered the data, the mean score of their mid examinations, and I found that the lowest the lowest score is the lowest score is in E class. So I think it is good decisions to choose E class as my research participant. I think that's my answer.
Right,
Okay,
Eldar?
thank you. Yes, sir. It's
Mm.
clear.
Have some suggestion?
Yes, I think Anjeli need to explain about the implement of the word
Oh,
short strategy.
yeah. All right. Now next we continue the discussion. So what sort teaching vocabulary using a word sort strategy? Can you explain word sort strategy?
The definitions are
Hmm.
yes. Word short strategy is itu seperti susun kata, like same ending words, and it can be done in two ways. There is yang open word short. The student self choose what words that need to short, so they choose themselves. And for the closed word short, the teacher choose it for the students to short. Like example, maybe we deliver one really short text, and then we put some words that some of the ending words that same. Like example, cake, the ending words is K and A, so we put the categorizations, like this is for ending words of K and A, and then this is the ending word for like example ing, maybe standing, listening, like that. I think like that, sir, the word short strategy.
So it sounds very traditional, right? It's kind of like what's that? Flash game? Is it similar to Flash? Flashcard, I mean.
Yes, we can use flashcard to this strategy.
So because it is strategy, so it means that there are many technique to use this. I mean,
Yeah.
to teach using short game. So what technique are you going to use?
For me, for the beginning of the implementations of workshop, I will use table that contain various words. The ending is different, so I will ask students to put them into the right categorization. So,
Using the
yeah,
flashcard.
and I think a piece of paper. So I make the table. The table is
So when the student are sorting the words, when the student are
yeah.
sorting the words, uh, how they are sorting the words? I mean, because you said you don't use flashcard, only creating the table. Do you think that student will
Uh,
write on the paper or what?
uh, uh, how I because I choose the table before the student short the words, I will explain how we will short this word into the right categorization. So I'm not just giving them directly to test them. So I show them first how to short them into the categorizations that I put in the table. So,
Okay. How many technique do you think you are going to implement in your research?
I think I will implement two techniques first with the table, and if the students show improvement on this table, I will use a short text, a short text, and I will include will find will ask to find the word endings that the same ending and put them in the answer sheets. I use the text
Yeah.
if the students already shown improvement in the table.
Now, from these two activities, I think you need to
Yeah.
explain, like what Elder mentioned, that you have to indicate the what activities will train the student with vocabularies. Nah, itu. Can you give me example? What kind of
Mm.
activities will the students involve? Yeah, I mean engage. Yeah, so then they can learn vocabularies.
Okay. First, I think for we follow the trend, of course. So we
Hmm.
will find what the most interesting for students because we can use any of sources that to use in the workshop because it's a workshop. It's a free to use any kinds of sources. That's so I choose the for the of course for as a junior high school level they have some interesting in on maybe they have interest and maybe in the songs lyric maybe poems, so we can use that, we can use any sources. So it just choose the same ending of words, so they will choose the same ending of words in the text, maybe in the lyric, maybe, and maybe I can show them a video
Mhm.
with the subtitle, of course, so they can see. And if they can see, and I will pause some. I will pause when I ask them to short. You can short this. You can. Um, I mean, in the video, I will show them, and I will pause them. Let them short that word that's need to short in the categorizations that they need to fulfill from from the given categorization, sir. I or I think I include the table here in the tools of data collection.
Okay, we are going to
Yeah.
come to that point. All right, so then now I think if that's the case, so I think the topic is okay. But the only problem, yeah, the only problem, I mean, if it is a problem, is that this kind of game is very traditional and also not, I mean, there are already many research projects conducted by students about this topic. The different perhaps is on the use of certain technique. So that's why in your proposal, you have to highlight, yeah, the techniques that you are going to use. Sehingga, I mean, so then other people can uh, can see it, yeah, and directly read perhaps that section, yeah, because we want to know what technique you are going to do. What sort strategy is very common, and so many people already done this. But if you bring the technique, certain technique, it's kind of new technique perhaps. So the this topic, I mean, that strategy, what sort strategy is acceptable. Nah, itu tugas kamu adalah meng-highlight ya teknik-teknik yang akan dipakai. Itulah mungkin bedanya dengan penelitian yang lain. Yang paling kalau bisa nih ya, paling bagus itu kalau kamu berhasil membuat teknik sendiri. Kan yang penting kan word sort game kan. So there is an activity for student to sort out the vocabularies, and you already perhaps make some mechanism so then the students are going to play the game, yeah, because you have already set the scenario of the teaching learning process. Now, my point once again, your strength, yeah, with this topic, because I said this topic is very common. If you are only using the common thing, so it is not interesting then your topic. However, you could think of some unique activities. So then we call this unique technique, yeah, of the short game. If you are able, I mean, if you can do this, so I think your research will be very good. Yeah. All right, now let's do part by part, one by one. The first is about your introduction. I don't want to repeat once again because I have delivered many review, yeah, talking about how to structure and also how to write introduction in classroom action research. The most important thing, and also almost always, yeah, that lecturers, I mean the discussion from lecturers, if you are using classroom action research, the very first question after topic is what is the problem? What are the problems faced by the classroom that you are going to do your own research? So I think if you already done written, yeah, if you have written this in your introductions, so it become okay. If not yet, so please for the next revision you have to include some problems, yeah. Now, if you want to do this, really do it. So meaning that you have to find a way to interview the lecturer, I mean the teachers who are teaching in the classroom that you are going to do your research. All right, research questions. It looks okay. Research problem purpose is just the repetition of from research question with different structure of the sentence. Now, research significance, yes, you need to elaborate more. Scope of research, Yes, and then research terminology. And research terminology here, you have classroom extension. This morning I already talked about this, that you don't need to put research methodology or research what do you call it, research design. Yeah, you don't need to include, yeah, research design. In this case is classroom extension in your terminology list. Ya. Ini nggak perlu dianukan lah, itu kan ada sectionnya tersendiri ya. Classroom extension has its own section. What you need to do, I mean, to provide explanation is word sort strategies kan gitu. Kemudian strategis juga, teaching strategies. Tapi yang paling penting menurut saya, yang juga penting maksud saya adalah definisi teknik, karena kan kamu pasti akan berbicara banyak tentang teknik. So you can distinguish between technique and strategy in your literature review or frame of theory. Okay. And then type of vocabulary. Type of vocabulary. Okay. Teaching, I think here, wait a minute. Teaching vocabulary ini kayaknya kok double gitu Papa judulnya, harusnya tidak seperti itu. Teaching vocabulary, jadi kalau definition of vocabulary mungkin bisa, atau ya bicara dulu tentang teaching gitu. Jadi 1.1 ini atau satunya number one, you can have something like teaching English vocabularies, atau teaching English as foreign language, something like that. Because it's all about vocabulary, your research is about vocabulary. So I think you can start from the more general things, but directly talking about the teaching of language. And then 1.1, you can start from teaching of vocabulary or teaching vocabulary gitu ya. Bukan pakai of lagi. Teaching vocabulary. Di wordingnya harusnya jangan dianggap sepele. Nah, setelah itu baru kamu sebenarnya dibagi dua aja. Jadi satu tentang teaching, dua tentang workshop strategi yang merupakan strategi mengajar juga. Nah, ini sebelumnya kamu berbicara tentang vocabulary. Oke, bolehlah. Ya. Yang paling mungkin lebih penting adalah membicarakan masalah vocabulary skills ya, atau vocabulary learning vocabulary. Kemudian bagian kedua itu word sort strategi ya, saya kira oke. Struktur seperti itu, teaching vocabulary through word sort game, yes, and procedure of word sort game, yes. Okay. Okay, yeah, so literature review is fine. Now research methods are, ya, ini action. Nah di actionnya ini Anda harus menjelaskan tentang your research. Action itu kan treatment atau doing some activities in the classroom, ya, with intention. Ya. Maksudnya kamu mengajar, benar-benar diniatkan mengajar, jadi kan benar-benar dipikirkan, maksudnya begitu. Ya. Nah, actionnya seperti apa? Nah, tadi yang sudah ditanyakan oleh teman kamu. Jadi action di sini ada penjelasan bagaimana kamu mengajarkan vocabulary menggunakan strategi word sort. Jadi in this section you have to talk about that. Kemudian partisipan, ya, your role, you don't. Oh, you mean you want to confirm as collaborator, ya? So who are the teacher? teacher of this school?
Sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. The teacher of the
The
school.
teacher, okay.
Wali kelasnya.
Ya sepanjang itu bisa kamu yang ngaturnya, ya bisa. Tapi kan, misalnya kan you are going to use the word sort strategy. Sementara yang ngajar bukan kamu. Berarti kan kamu berdiskusi dengan guru kan yang bakalan mengajar. Nah, posisi kita itu bagaimanapun tetap tidak seperti menyuruh guru. So somehow maybe we can talk to him or her by the argument is that apa ini? Maksud saya kita minta beliau untuk mengajar tapi sesuai dengan kemauan kita gitu. Itu yang susah itu ya. So if you think that you can communicate well with the teachers, I think it's okay. Takutnya nanti dia mengajar sesuai dengan selera dia, dengan cara dia. Jadi pengajarannya itu tidak ada hubungannya dengan what sort strategies. Nah, takutnya begitu. So I think that's the concern that you have to take in order to secure that your data, your research is really using what sort game, yeah, with different strategies. I mean technique. Oke, okay? Itu kira-kira seperti itu. Oh, teacher, kemudian training observation test, oke. Okay. Nah, tesnya harus dijelaskan, tesnya seperti apa, bagaimana, itu harus saya jelaskan. Observation checklist, short game. Instruksinya mana? Cut apart words. Oh, yang ini ya. Is that? Ini tesnya seperti ini.
Yes, sir.
Saya kok belum begitu paham ya seperti apa ininya. Tesnya itulah. Disuruh ngapain anak-anak gitu kan. Instruksinya cuma cut apart the SL and DR words and sort them into the correct columns. Berarti mencoret, menulis gitu lagi ya.
Yes,
seperti
sir.
itu. Bagaimana mereka bisa berdiskusi atau apa? Apakah juga akan dilihat?
Yes, sir. The example to done this, we can see from the first words there is SL, so the first word SL will be sorted in the SL column. Sir.
SL column. Okay. And that's what you call vocabulary learning, right? Ya mungkin bisa, tapi nanti harus dijelaskan lagi. Alright, apalagi ya? Kayaknya udah look oke. Okay. Ini oke, okay. Observation, reflection, partisipan, role. Yeah, Shakira, I think that's very good. Yeah, already. So what you need to fix, a few things that I have already mentioned before. Now, this data analysis, you use the common data analysis because this only like the descriptive study. I mean descriptive data. So you can simply use this average and standard deviation things. Yeah, I think you need to have standard deviation just to to allow the reader like me, the reviewer, understand what you mean by particular particular way, seperti itu. Jadi data analisisnya ini sudah cukup lah gitu intinya. Karena kan cuma data deskriptif yang dikumpulkan. Nah, cuman ini nih excellent ini mungkin tidak terlalu penting. Bahkan ini untuk apa gitu? Ini lebih baik dibuang aja menurut saya. Kita lebih baik menggunakan ini kategori ya not passed, pass gitu. Jadi passing grade gitu kan, whether the student memenuhi KKNI kerja minimal itu ya, KKM maksud saya sorry. Kriteria minimal itu achievement, sebagai minimum achievement level itu yang saya kira mengarah ke situ saja. Jadi tapi itu yang sesuai dengan sekolah yang tempat Anda akan melakukan penelitian ini. Alright, saya kira itu ya. So I hope that because I think you can see again this recording in order to revise your proposal. Okay, Anjeli, do you have any question before we close this session?
Yes, sir. And for the role of researcher, can the researchers being a teacher, sir? Because you're not being a teacher yet in secara resmi gitu.
Ya, secara resmi memang belum. Tapi kalau untuk penelitian kan begini, kan sebenarnya yang saya katakan tadi, kalau seandainya kamu minta orang lain, gurunya misalkan yang mengajar, ya asalkan kamu yakin bahwa beliau mengajar itu sesuai dengan yang rencana kita, yaitu menggunakan word short game. Gitu. Kalau misalkan guru tersebut agak senior, katakanlah demikian, kemudian beliau mengajar lalu kita atur, itu kan lebih sulit. Tapi kalau kita yang mengajar, kemudian beliau yang mengawasi, itu kan wajar, ya kan? Karena kita pendatang, guru lebih juniornya guru lah gitu. Baru ya itu pun belum jadi guru beneran, diawasi oleh guru beneran gitu kan, is normal. Yang tidak normal itu kalau dibalik, ya kan, gurunya ngajar, kita yang ngawasi. Habis itu kalau salah kita tegur, kan tidak masuk akal itu kan. Salah dalam arti misalkan dia tidak menggunakan teknik yang kita inginkan, kan akhirnya datanya beda. So that's what I mean ya. Nah, kalau kita itu bukan seorang guru, ya ini kan penelitian. Anggaplah bukan hanya penelitian, ini belajar meneliti gitu. So ya banyak hal yang kita langgar aturan riset, tetapi itu kan dalam rangka kita belajar melakukan riset, apalagi classroom action riset. Kalau itu tidak dibolehkan, ya siapa yang mau melakukan classroom action riset? Apakah kita menunggu orang yang sudah benar-benar jadi guru baru boleh classroom action risetnya? Aturannya memang harus guru, harus profesional guru. But because we are in the process of training, so I think it is very okay you become the teacher and the collaborator is the peer teacher, yeah. Or you can ask your friends if you think your friends is better in terms of the communication process, discussion. Nah, jadi kolaborator itu sebenarnya ya fungsinya hanya sebagai observer kan gitu, membantu kita mengamati. Ya, artinya kan fungsinya tidak terlalu penting ditimbang mengajar. Kalau mengajar kan berarti kita melaksanakan sebuah tugas dari awal sampai akhir itu full with attention. Saya kira it's okay ya. Okay, is there any question? Any other
Right,
question?
sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I think it's clear, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Ya. Nah, I think this is the last bukan not the last meeting, the last presenters ya from this class. Nah, nanti saya akan mungkin minggu depan lah ya, saya akan bikinkan sebuah video lagi untuk instruksi bagaimana step by step for you to keep up the good progress, so then at the end of this semester your proposal is really maximum in quality. So then we hope that you are eligible to go on with your proposal, real proposal seminar soon after this subject ended. Ya. Jadi tetap mulai dari minggu depan gitu. Kita ini kan kalau dari segi pertemuan masih baru separuh lah, kurang lebih separuh lebih dikit lah. Jadi masih banyak sekali pertemuan kita. Oleh karena itu saya minimal itu adalah akan nagih progres itu seminggu sekali. Ya, Anda harus menunjukkan progres seminggu sekali. And if you want to have some discussion, something like this, you are very welcome. Just contact me, and then we are going to open like this, Zoom meeting discussion. Misalkan ada beberapa di antara kalian, misalkan yang kebingungan mau menulis apa gitu, misalkan menulis metodologinya, bagian data analisis, seperti itu. So we can always, have the extra meeting for discussion. Karena kita masih banyak sekali meeting yang bisa kita gunakan. Sisanya adalah kalian bekerja. Jadi justru setelah presentasi ini justru agak riskan sebenarnya, karena mahasiswa biasanya merasa sudah selesai kuliahnya. Padahal kalian itu diminta untuk merevisi semua proposal dengan poin-poin yang sudah saya sampaikan. Kan semuanya ada rekamannya. Jadi Anda bisa always back to the recording, so then you can always refer to the points that become the concern from the discussion, either from students, also from me as the lecturer.